Gentlemen, welcome to the madhouse that is AI Sports Predictor. Grab a drink, settle in, and prepare for a tale of two hockey nations clawing their way back from the abyss. We're talking Finland, we're talking Sweden, a four-nation showdown where pride is on the line, and somebody's leaving with their tail tucked between their legs. So let's set the stage. Finland came in as an underdog and played like one. They kept it close for 2 periods. Then got absolutely curb-stomped by the United States in the third, like a guy in a back alley brawl who suddenly realizes he's bitten off more than he can chew. 6-1, folks. That's a mugging, not a hockey game. Henry Jokerharju, Mikael Granlund, Olli Mata. They tried to carry the offense, but let's be real. Finland's attack was about as threatening as a wet paper bag in a hurricane. Barkov and Rantanen, supposedly the big guns, had all the firepower of a cap gun at a shootout. 40 goals in the NHL season between them. You wouldn't know it from the way they skated out there. But hey, offense wasn't even the biggest crime scene here. The defense? Oh, buddy. Esa Lindell and Nico Mikkola did their best, but the rest of Finland's blue line got picked apart like vultures circling roadkill. 4 goals in the third period alone. That's not just falling apart, that's self-destruction on a cosmic scale. Juuse Saros. Poor guy got lit up like a Christmas tree. 6 goals on 32 shots, a performance so bad Finland is now turning to backup Kevin Lankinen like a desperate gambler throwing his last chip on the table. Meanwhile, Sweden, different story. These guys actually showed some life. Sure, they took the L in overtime against Canada. But at least they went down swinging. Adrian Kemp and Joel Eriksson Ek put 2 on the board, while Lucas Raymond and Jesper Bratt combined for 3 assists. The defense even chipped in, Ekholm, Carlson, Broden, and Hedman racking up a goal and 3 assists from the point. But, and this is a big but, the Swedish blue line cracked under pressure. 4 goals allowed. Hedman and Forsling held their own. But the rest of the D unit played like they were auditioning for a ghost story. Canada walked into the offensive zone like they owned the place. And Gustafsson between the pipes. Let's just say his big save highlight reel is gonna be real short. So what does that mean for this matchup? Sweden comes in the favorite at -160, and honestly, it's hard to argue. Finland looks like they're still picking up the pieces from that US beatdown, while Sweden at least had the courtesy to make their loss interesting. Expect the Swedes to take control early, feed Kemp and Eriksson Ek in the offensive zone, and stack up enough goals to make Finland's shaky defense crumble under the weight of their own bad decisions. And if that wasn't enough action for you, let's talk totals. Over 5.5 is looking mighty tasty. Both of these defenses are leaky as a busted faucet. And Finland, for all their misery, should still find ways to put the puck on net against a Swedish backhand that's yet to prove itself. We could be looking at a 4-2, maybe even 5-3 kind of game. Goals, blood, and bad goaltending. What more could you ask for? But you ain't here for all that. Yeah? No. You wanna know the answer to the only question that really matters. And today's AI pick is Sweden moneyline at -160. Take it, run with it, watch the carnage unfold, and remember, the sportsbook ain't your friend. It's a rigged game. Always has been. But with the right play, maybe, just maybe, you get to walk away with the pot instead of the broken nose. On to game 2.
Alright, ladies and degenerates, welcome back to AI Sports Predictor, where we don't just predict the future, we call the shots and let the sportsbook feel the pain. It's game 2 of the Four Nations face-off, and this is the main event. USA. Canada. 2 powerhouses going toe-to-toe like gladiators in a frozen coliseum. Winner books a ticket to the championship. Loser? Well, they get a front row seat to someone else's parade. Let's start with the Americans, shall we? These boys didn't just win their opener, they left Finland in a smoldering wreckage. A 6-1 massacre. The kind of beatdown that makes you question your career choices. The Tkachuk brothers? They went full demolition mode, 4 goals, an assist, and more carnage than a Tarantino finale. Eichel, Boldy, Guentzel. All playing their part like a well-oiled machine. And the defense? Zach Werenski, Jakob Slavin, Brock Faber, pure suffocation. They turned Finland's offense into a non-factor. And then there's Connor Hellebuyck, a stone-cold killer between the pipes. Swatting away 20 of 21 shots like a bouncer tossing drunks out of a bar. But across the ice, you've got the Canadians. And if there's one thing we know about Canada and hockey, it's like peanut butter and jelly, whiskey and bad decisions. Malachi and a well-placed monologue. They came out swinging in Game 1, scored early, took a hit, but clawed their way back to an overtime win. Crosby, Marner, McKinnon, if you had any doubts about their firepower, they silenced them. Stone, Marchand, McDavid, these guys don't just score, they play the game like chess masters setting up checkmate 10 moves ahead. But let's not sugarcoat it, their defense? Oh, it had holes, big enough to drive a Zamboni through. They let Sweden waltz into the offensive zone like VIP guests at an after-party. 3 goals allowed. Binnington? He let in 3 on 26 shots, and let's just say, he ain't exactly exuding confidence heading into this one. So, how's this one gonna shake out? Canada sits as slight favorites at 110, and honestly, it's tough to argue. They're on home ice. And that crowd in Montreal? It's gonna be electric. Expect Canada to throw the first punch, dominate possession, and stack up goals like it's a clearance sale. McKinnon, Crosby, and McDavid should set up shop in the offensive zone, peppering Hellebuck with high-danger shots. On the other side, USA is gonna bring the fight right back. The Tikachuks aren't going down quietly, and this game has all the makings of a full-throttle, pedal-to-the-metal slugfest. And if you're the type who loves a good shootout, not the kind with skaters, the kind with numbers, then over 6.5 is looking mighty juicy. USA just dropped 6 on Finland, and Canada's arsenal is stacked like an arms dealer's showroom. This one's got 4-3, maybe even 5-4 written all over it. Goals, baby. Goals. And today's AI pick is Canada moneyline at 110. They've got the firepower, they've got the crowd, and they've got a ticket to the championship waiting for them. Now, let's do a quick roll call. Finland, gone. Sweden, hanging by a thread. USA and Canada, about to give us a war. And if you ain't strapped in for this ride, you're in the wrong place, my friend. And since you're still here, let's make something clear. Liking and subscribing isn't just a suggestion. It's the move. Because in this game, there's 2 kinds of people, the ones who hit that button and ride with us to the cash-out window, and the ones who don't. And trust me, you don't want to be in the second group. See you next time.